Hi everyone, welcome back to Mom's SST Shiksha. I hope you're all doing well. Today's lesson is power sharing, so sit comfortably, keep your textbook open and let's begin. So I'll just give you an overview of the chapter. The chapter Power Sharing explains how power is distributed among different organs and levels of the government in a democracy. It highlights that sharing of power is essential to prevent concentration of authority in one body or group. Power sharing helps in reducing conflicts and ensuring political stability. This chapter also emphasizes accommodation of social diversity. Through examples, it shows how power sharing strengthens the democratic governance. So here is the first page of the chapter. You can pause this video and carefully mark the answers in your textbook, exactly as I have shown. So question 1 is note on Belgium. This answer starts with Belgium is a small country in Europe and goes all the way to capital, which is in the next column. That's the end of the answer. Question 2, note on Sri Lanka. Now this answer starts on this page, but it goes and continues on to the next page. So please mark it as it is shown. Question 3 is differentiate between Belgium and Sri Lanka on the basis of size, location and culture. Now remember what I mentioned in the introduction video, that when you're asked to compare, always use the tabular form. Why? Because it draws the attention of the teacher or the examiner, looks very neat and it's very easy to understand. This answer is simply a combination of question 1 and question 2 written in tabular form. I have shown you an example of the tabular form. So this is the way you should be writing this answer. Beta, don't ignore the glossary on this page. Learn it well, as it can be asked as an MCQ, where the definition will be given to you and you are given options to choose the right answer. Okay, question on this page is, what would happen in Belgium if the Dutch community took advantage of its majority? And the answer is on the right-hand column. This would push the conflict amongst the communities further and could lead to a very messy partition of the country. Both the sides would claim control over Brussels. The markings on the left side of the column is the continuation of note on Sri Lanka from the previous page. Please learn the glossary majoritarianism in this because it has been asked as a board question repeatedly over the past couple of years. Question 1 on this page, note on majoritarianism. The answer starts at Sri Lanka emerged as an independent country in 1948 and ends at Sri Lankan Tamils. Question 2, which is a board question which has been asked repeatedly, very, very important. Why did the government measures increase the feeling of alienation among the Sri Lanka Tamils? The answer is on the next column. Please mark it properly. Question 1 on this slide, how did the Sri Lankan Tamils protest? Answer is quite clear. It starts from the Sri Lankan Tamils launched parties and struggles for the recognition of Tamil as an official language, and it ends on the next column at civil war. Question number 2, which areas in Sri Lanka suffered a setback as a result of civil war? And it was the social, cultural and economic life of the country. Please learn the glossary on this page, which is civil war. Question 1, how did the path taken by the Belgium leaders promote harmony? Please note that this answer continues on to the next slide as well. This answer is to be given in point-wise, very important to underline keywords. Question on this page, what is a community government? And I have marked this answer in red as the black marking is the end of the answer for the previous question, which was on the previous slide. Question number 1, why is power sharing desirable? I have given you the answer. There are 2 points. Maybe you can maintain a separate notebook and write down these extra questions, or you can simply put them on a post-it and you can stick it in the area where you spend the most time studying, maybe above your study table, the wall above your study table, or any other place where you prefer to study. By putting it on post-its, this will constantly be a visual that is in front of your eyes, and invariably you will learn the answer every time you kind of glance towards it. Okay, so why is power sharing desirable? 2 points to that. Question number 2 is power sharing is the very spirit of democracy. This is a board question, so please mark it as shown. It starts with a democratic rule involves sharing power, and it goes up to the end, acquire a stake in the system. The glossary on this page needs to be learned prudential. Question 1, why was it believed that all the power of the government should reside in one place? And the answer has been clearly marked. It was felt that if the power to decide is dispersed, it would not be possible to take quick decisions and to enforce them. Question number 2 is, what is the basic principle of democracy? Answer again has been clearly marked. Kindly do the same. Okay, question 1. Explain the power sharing arrangement in modern democracies. Now, this is a board question. This has 4 points and most likely would be asked as a 5 marker. So, since it has only 4 points, make sure you start the answer with an introduction and then list the points. Second question, explain the system of checks and balances. Now, I have marked this answer in red simply to avoid the confusion because it's a smaller answer within the bigger answer. So explain the system of checks and balances as well as explain the power sharing arrangement in modern democracies. Once again, I repeat, that is a board question. Okay, the question here is, what are reserved constituencies? Again, I have marked it in red so that it avoids confusion as it's a smaller answer within a bigger answer. Okay, the question here is, what is a coalition government? It's been clearly marked. It starts with power sharing arrangements and it goes up to a coalition government, the entire column basically. I found another extra question in the past question papers when I was going through it, and that is, what is federal division of power? And I have given you the answer. Like I've mentioned before, maybe you can just maintain a separate notebook and write all the extra answers or put them on post-its and stick it on your wall at the area that you study the most. Okay, another extra question. What is the difference between horizontal and vertical division of power? So you can see that I've put it in a tabular form, citing all the differences. So please copy this and learn it. It's an extra question. And finally, we come to the end of the chapter. Here are some board questions that I have compiled that I found useful, that have appeared over the period of years. As you go through other sources, you might find more board questions. Please make it a point to either write them down or to bookmark them, because during your final revision, this will be the most helpful. It will give you direction as to what to focus on more and revise. And now a final word from me. Please attempt all NCERT questions that appear at the end of the chapter. Also, make it a point that you practice MCQs and assertion reasoning, as a lot of children make mistakes in MCQs and assertion reasoning. So the more you practice, the better you will get at it, and you will understand what the concept of assertion reasoning actually is. Okay, that's it from me. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe, please like the video, and also share it with all your friends and other 10th graders who you might think might find it useful. Till then, I will see you in the next video. Take care and happy studying, beta.